Welcome to Dark Horse Workshop, everyone. My name is Magnus, and before we get started, I just want you to know that one of my most popular videos ever is an etching video, but that etching video doesn't involve the star of today's show, which is a laser engraver. You can check that video out right here if you don't care about lasers, but it's such a cool process that I wanted to share it with everybody. Maybe we'll all learn something today, or at least you will. I already know the stuff. I'm using some brass here, and the first thing I'm doing is hitting it with some fine sandpaper. After that's done, I'm going to get some rubbing alcohol and just wipe it down and make sure that there's no grime left on our piece. This Rust-Oleum Painter Primer mix worked perfectly. I did a couple of coats, both on the front and the back, because I want to protect all of the metal from the etching. Now you just take your art into your laser software of choice, line everything up, and laser away the area that you want to be engraved. That's going to remove the paint, which is removing your resist, and prepping it for your Edinburgh Etch. Edinburgh Etch is 4 parts ferric chloride and 1 part citric acid. I've got a link in the description down below for you guys. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I'm using vector images here. When you're setting up your images for this kind of process, you can't just take a black square vector and put your art over it. You've got to merge everything and make sure it's all broken up into its separate parts first. So if you're having problems, look into that. There's a whole bunch of you watching this video right now that think that this is a big scary process. It's really, if you watch this video, incredibly easy, and you can do a lot of fantastic things with your own art or with maybe some of my art. Once the lasers remove that resist, we're going to attach it to a foam block so it can float upside down in our etchant and slowly dissolve your brass, bronze, or copper. One of the things I did wrong here is I turned on my little double boiler action and I just didn't turn it on enough, so it was cold the whole time, so the etch didn't go as deep. If your solution is fresh and you warm the liquid up, it's gonna bite real deep. This was 3 hours and it didn't get as deep as I'd like it, but you could eat through the whole piece in 5 hours if you're not careful, with a little bit of warmth and some fresh Edinburgh Etch. I probably should have patinaed it last, but we threw on our patina here, let it age up a bit, and then we used some fine sandpaper once more to remove it, so we've got our nice highlights and dark spots. This is your reminder that I have a bunch of Viking fantasy, mainly Viking inspired artwork on my website, and you can purchase it and then do stuff like this with it. You can do this with a very cheap laser, by the way. You don't need to have a big mega powerhouse of a laser to just remove some paint on some brass. So if you're thinking about etching and want to get into this kind of stuff, just pick up a small little cheap laser and go to town. Make sure you check out the original etching video right here. Like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe for future content, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. And until next time, keep on being creative in whatever it is you do.